guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yaya. I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope you guys enjoyed my last video, which was a tutorial, and because of that I needed a little break. So today is going to be a pretty light-hearted video. My nephew's birthday is coming up and he's been really into dinosaurs lately, so I really wanted to crochet him a cute little dinosaur plushie. I saw this one on Instagram by, I think her name is Plushies. I'll have a picture here and everything in her ad. But I saw it a while ago and it's kind of been in my head since then, and when I was thinking about a gift to give to my nephew, I thought that would be perfect. I tufted some dinosaurs from him a long time ago, so I thought this would be cute for him. And the pattern, I got it from Etsy. It's made by Sun. This is not a tutorial, but the pattern will be linked in the description. I've taken like a really brief look at it and it looks really great, so you guys will just be able to follow me along as I go through the pattern. So here are the colors that I got. I'm just using Bernat blanket yarn from Joann's and my 8mm hook. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed. We love doing I love doing crochet things, crafts, all that jazz, and it would just really help out the channel. I wanted to mention something but I completely forgot. Oh, so I will be stuffing this. I'm planning on stuffing it with some old scrap yarns that I don't need anymore, so we shall see. Let's get into some crocheting. Hey you guys, so I know I've been kind of MIA for a bit, but it's only because I've been kind of feeling lazy and tired lately, and to be honest, this project is actually perfect for when you're feeling like that. My tutorial that I just finished was kind of a lot of work, pretty stressful for me, just because I want to make sure everything is perfect, and you know, I'm always worried that someone is not going to be able to really understand it and that I'm going to mess up when making the video, so that I'll have to go right back and edit it again, which is just a lot of work, but luckily that didn't happen. But that was just really stressful for me, so this project was just such a great thing to work on just to relax myself. It was super therapeutic because, first of all, the pattern is just so simple to follow. Made by Sun did such an amazing job writing this up, and the soft yarn was just so nice to work with. It's super, I already said soft, but that's pretty much all I can say about it. And this is day 2 of me working on it, and I know that, like, I'm saying this is day 2 of me working on it, but that's only because I got lazy last night or the night before and I didn't finish it. But it's such a quick project. You can totally make this in one day. It's really that fast, and it's like not one of those projects that, you know, when you make a sweater and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to finish one more sleeve, like, and it's just so painful to get through. This project is not like that at all, because, you know, like, once I finished crocheting everything, I was like, wait, that's it? Like, I want to crochet something more. So I did end up making another dinosaur after that. I just switched the colors. But this was just such a fun project, and it makes me want to make even more plushies. So if you have any recommendations for any patterns for plushies, please let me know, because this was just so fun to make. This one's for my nephew, so maybe I should make something for my niece. I have no idea what to make, so please help me out in the comments with some ideas. Okay, so I just finished making all of the pieces for the dinosaur. Here are like its spikes, and then here is the body, and this is his tail. I think this is one of his feet. This is the feet. It's kind of hard to tell because it's just a bunch of colorful blobs, and then here's the arms, and then the head. Okay, so I really wanted to try stuffing it using like this is my collection of yarn scraps from tufting. I haven't collected the tufting ones as much, but this is just my stash of yarns that I have, so I want to see if I can stuff it with that, and if that doesn't work, then I have a pillow here that I think I want to dissect, and worst case scenario, I'll buy polyfill, but I would like to avoid that. So While I stuff it, I wanted to talk about the Squid Games. I just finished watching Squid Games. You guys, I'm so bad. I watched it in one day. I watched 9 episodes. And wow, this is like super messy. Okay, I'm gonna just grab a handful. Wow, I'm gonna have to clean this up. Okay, so I have a good handful of yarn and it keeps falling. Okay, so anyway, so I finished watching Squid Games, and I'm just really curious if anyone else has watched it and how you feel about it, because it really blew my mind. Like, I thought that there was going to be more explanations about the workers. You know what I mean? Also, if you haven't seen Squid Games, there might be spoilers here, so maybe don't watch this, but you should watch it. It was really good. I saw the ads for it on TikTok and I just had to watch it. And then I watched the first episode yesterday morning with Mateen when we woke up, and then he had to go to work. So I was like, you know, and then I didn't know if I was gonna see him that night. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep watching without you, because I like watching shows with him, but I don't like having to wait for him, you know, because I just don't know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna watch the show. You know, I can rewatch it with him. I'm totally a person who can rewatch shows. Okay, this is like looking really good, to be honest. This is working really good. Like, it's sustainable. So, and people have been asking me I keep going on different tangents. I'm so sorry. People have been asking me how to use different scraps. So hopefully this will be a good way to show you, because I used to do this a lot before. I used to do a lot of like little 3-dimensional fruits. But anyways, okay, so back to the game. So what I liked about the game was that first of all, like, I've never seen a show like that made by Americans. I am American, so like, no shade, but I just felt like there was just so much more complexities, and I feel like nowadays, like, movies are pretty much just made to get a huge viewing, you know, like with the Addison Rae video, he's all that. I just feel like no thought was really put into that. They didn't really care that everyone was gonna hate it, you know, like if they really cared about it, they would have had really good actors and maybe not as much product placement, but they do not care, because no matter what, they know they're gonna make money. So instead, they just kind of put together whatever. They knew everyone was gonna watch it because everyone wanted to make fun of it. But like, Squid Games is the complete opposite. It just looks like they really put in that work to get all the complexities that people are looking for in a TV show. You know, like in that second episode, I was really shocked that, spoiler alert, that people were allowed to go home after they voted for the majority. I really thought that they were gonna trick them and be like, oh, well, we didn't think you guys were gonna vote to go home, so, you know, you can't go home, we've already seen too much. But instead, they literally sent them back home, and then most people came back except for like 20 people, which just showed like they're here on their own accord, which is like the biggest confusing part, because it's like, okay, I feel bad for these people, but like, look at why they're here. They're totally given a choice. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I thought I was stuffing the head. This is the body, because I was so confused. I was like, this doesn't look like the head. Okay, I feel really good. So here is the head. Let's stuff the head. Anyways, so yeah, I just really liked that the characters, they seemed a lot more human. Like, every character had their pros and cons, you know. The main guy that we followed, unfortunately, I'm really bad at remembering their names, so I apologize for that. But the main guy that we followed for most of the time, at first I did not like him. I was not rooting for him. I did not care for him at all. I was like, you take money from your mom, you have no moral compass, you know? So this is what you get. You know, you have to play in this game. And then eventually, like, all these people with bad origins, like even the girl who was a pickpocket, who I was upset at a little bit, because we didn't know her story yet. And I was just like, you know, she just had no didn't feel bad about what she did. And now we kind of know why, but I mean, what she did was still wrong, because you can't ruin someone else's life for the betterment of your own life. But it just showed they all had human sides to them, and just because like they have done bad things, that doesn't mean that they can't do good things. And just because they do good things, that doesn't erase the bad things that they do. You know what I mean? Like, they still chose to be there for a greedy reason. And people are still dying. So what I'm doing is I have these like little scraps that I never finished, and I'm just kind of taking them apart before I put them in the head. So there's just so much more to be said on the show. I did a little bit of research, and one of the most interesting theories that I saw it repeated a lot though, but we're not given any information about the workers really, so we're kind of just going off of what we see. But what someone said was that, you know, at the beginning when you play that game with the guy who, you know, that he met him at the subway, and they do the game where you have to flip that piece of paper or he slaps you. I guess one of the theories is that the color that you choose at the beginning is really important as to what you are going to be put as. So like if you chose red, the workers are wearing red. I thought they were wearing pink, but I guess that's not that important. But so if you chose red, all the workers were wearing red, and they kind of seemed like they were prisoners there too. You know, it didn't really seem like they had free will. Then you became a worker. But if you chose blue, which our main character chose blue, and when they show a recording at the beginning of a bunch of people playing the same game, they all were trying to flip. They chose blue first. So that was a very interesting theory. And I didn't think that they were gonna make a Squid Games 2. I have a feeling that they're not going to, just because like it didn't seem like it said like to be continued or anything. And it just wasn't like a lazy cliffhanger either. I feel like the cliffhanger kind of leaves a lot to interpretation, because like American movies, like the cliffhangers, I'm like, y'all really could have done more, you know? And with this movie, I felt like you didn't have to do so much research. I feel like with a lot of American movies, you have to do so much research. If you don't, like after I watched Annihilation, it was a good movie, but like if I didn't do research on it, like I don't think, I also didn't watch the first 30 minutes because I walked into my family watching it, so I missed a lot. So I don't know if that didn't help, but still, like most movies, I feel like they should not leave as much to interpretation, you know? And that's what I felt with this movie. Like it ended, but I still felt really satisfied. So I don't know what the science is to making the movies. That was really fun. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. I really liked it. I was really stressed out, but it was just kind of comforting because I know like these people, you know, they chose to be there. So although it's scary, it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't choose to kill myself for a chance at some money, you know? So that helps me sleep at night. Anyways, I'm really curious as to what you guys thought about it. So please comment down below any theories that you have come across. I haven't done a lot of research into it, so I'm sure I'm like missing a lot of really interesting thoughts that some people have. But yeah, it was really good. And I didn't even spoil it that much for you guys because I don't know. My thoughts are pretty jumbled right now. I'm doing like two things at once. Anyways, stuffing it is actually working really well with my scraps. I'm so happy to finally be able to use them. And I'm actually even thinking of making a second dinosaur just because I have so much yarn left over. I think I might make one, except I might like use this color instead of using it for the spikes. I might use it for the body. So yeah, I will show you guys what it looks like when I'm done stuffing it with the scrap yarn. So what's great about this pattern is that Made by Sun made a video tutorial along with it that explains exactly how to sew the head to the body and everything else. She also recommends that you stuff in the neck while you're sewing it closed, and she just really thought of everything. Like, this pattern is literally perfect. I highly recommend it. Please get it if you really want to make this dinosaur. It was it was just so lovely. She deserves all of the praise. Thank you, Made by Sun. I think her name is Sunny. You're amazing. So I was worried that it wasn't going to be like squishy like a toy, but it's definitely, okay, so the outside is very soft because of the blanket yarn, so I'll tell you that right now. But it's very like comfortable. It's super comfortable, and I've used so much stuffing. I'm so happy because I've had this bag for so long and I just kind of kept filling it and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, and now I know. I'm probably going to have to make more plushies after this.
Should have like bloopers or something.
No, I do sometimes do bloopers.
Girl is a real crowd pleaser.
Okay, so I ended up not making anything for the last 4 hours because I had to go to my cousin's soccer game. Here are my cousins. We're just hanging out a little bit and they're with me while I finish this dinosaur. Okay, so I'm gonna be attaching things right now. I'm gonna attach the tail and some other things, but it's going good. Okay, so also my cousin, she's watched Squid Games and she has not finished Squid Games and I completely spoiled it for her. So am I a bad person? Yes. Do I feel bad? Yes. Did I apologize? No, I'm sorry. Yes. So that sucked. But how did you feel about Squid Game? Or blank. How did you feel about Squid Game censored?
It was very good. Like, very good.
You hear that, folks? She thinks it was good, so it deserves an Emmy. Anyways, I'm gonna start attaching things more. Give the way, put your back into, show us how. Look at what you came from. Look at you now. Do you wanna watch something? Do you wanna watch Squid Games?
Yes. You know what episode you're on, right?
Yeah, episode 4. You're on episode 4. It's almost done. All I have to do is sew down the spikes and it's almost done. I was really worried about, not worried, but I was just thinking about how I wanted to do the eyes. I really didn't feel like buying those plastic eyeballs because my nephew has a little sister. So the next best thing I thought would be felt, and I have so much of it. I cut out 2 kind of even circles and I planned out where I wanted them to go. I was kind of thinking of doing nostrils, but I thought that would be too extra. But I was really nervous about how this was going to turn out because I didn't know. But luckily it turned out completely fine. I love it. Okay, so here he is. I think he's so cute. He's so cute and he's so soft. The blanket yarn was so fun to work with. There were so many things that I was worried about, but everything turned out super fine. So I'm really happy about that. Again, the pattern is going to be linked down below. I bought it from Made by Sun on Etsy, and the account that gave me the idea for the blanket yarn is going to be linked down below too. Her Instagram is Kay's Plushies. But this pattern was super quick to make. I know it took me like 3 days, but it's just because I kept getting distracted or busy, when in reality you could totally make this in 1 day. I really want to test out more patterns, so if you guys have any ideas for anything, like it could be clothing, it could be plushies, it could be, what else is there? I don't know. What else can you, a blanket, anything. I would love it if you would send me recommendations for things that I can make. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I hope you guys liked my last video, the tutorial, and I'm excited to bring you more. But until then, this project was so much fun. It was so relaxing just because the yarn is just so soft, and it was just like, it was just so easy to make. So anyways, I would love for you guys definitely check out this pattern. Let me know if you guys make this and what colors you do, because I just would love to see you guys' creations. You guys always send me really cool things on Instagram. Don't forget to check out my Instagram if you want to just see more of me, more behind the scenes stuff. And take care. Have a lovely day, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!